Ace is fixing to piss me off, okay? Actually, a lot of boys are fixing to piss me off. But today on This is Bits of Banter with Antoinette, where we talk about reality TV and pop culture, we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Episode 6. I know it's a little bit weird because Episode 5 is actually considered After Sun, okay? But so this is Episode 6. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Love Island episode 6, and the people that are annoying me. We're going to do a quick recap. Let's get into it. Okay. The thing is a lot of these boys are like bad at math, and so they should really leave it to the girlies. But let's first like talk about kind of what happened at the beginning. First of all, I ended up talking to Jeremiah, being like, Amaya was so weird. Amaya was just like so weird for that. And he literally looked like, whatever. Okay. And then she was like, I mean, she just like really went in and was like really kissing you. Not that I like really cared because like it's just a game, but she was like really going in. Girly. It is a game. I'm glad that like there's a part of your brain, like, I don't know, it seems like a very small part, but I'm glad a part of your brain notices that this is a game, and it's been 4 days. It's been 4 days, because when Huda talks to Ace, he literally looks at her like she is crazy. Literally ends up looking at her like she's crazy and being like, you know it's been 4 days, right? You know it's been 4 days. Cuatro dias. It's been 4 días. Okay? Right? So then she ends up being like, and then Huda, when she's talking to Jeremiah, ends up being like, I mean, you didn't kiss her back, did you? Okay, Egg Turner. It's giving controlling. It's giving I'm a little bit afraid of you, because literally that's what it's giving. Because then when Jeremiah goes and talks to Amaya, like when Amaya pulls him for a chat, he literally almost didn't even want to sit down. He like didn't even want to sit down to talk to her because he was so afraid. But then Amaya and them end up coming to terms with the fact that like, okay, this isn't going to go anywhere. Which is fine. Like Jeremiah's not like that big of a prize. It's not like I want Jeremiah for Amaya at all. Like it's just more that it's been 4 days where they're supposed to be kind of just chatting with each other, figuring each other out. Like it's not that big of a deal. So then, what was next? So then there's a lot of chats between Nick and Beldasha. Then we have a chat between Ace and Shelly, and he's acting kind of like, I wish there was something that could have, we seem like we're always like crossing different paths, which I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? So basically you're saying that you don't want to pick Shelly. Is that what you're saying? You're basically saying that you don't want to pick Shelly? Like, I don't get him, because he's being so cutesy with her and acting like he wants to be with her. But then he has like one little conversation with Amaya, and then all of a sudden he's not interested. Like, be so for real, Ace. Be so fucking for real. Charlie and Hannah are honestly so cute together. There's like really nothing with them. Literally then the next day, Austin ends up pulling Amaya for a chat because he likes her. He also likes Shelly, supposedly, which I don't know. You know what? He is giving like, there's part of me that's liking him a little bit, but I still can't forget like all of his really racist reposts and stuff. But like, he is treating Shelly right. He is like liking Amaya, which I'm like, what is all this racist repost? But then you're picking black women. Like make it make sense. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. But him and Shelly end up talking, and he ends up saying like, oh, is this still platonic? I thought when they first had that conversation, it was like, oh, this is platonic, it's done. But I guess they're doing rechecks. Like, oh, are you feeling me now? Are you feeling me now? You know what I mean? And that also made me think, okay, so he obviously was into her the whole time. And he was like, oh yeah, it's also feeling platonic for me. It's obviously not feeling platonic for you, because you know a guy is not going to keep checking in if it was platonic for him. Let's be real. Us girlies will be like, well, maybe something could happen. Not men. When they don't feel it, and they move on. So he obviously was liking her, and he's just like, you feeling me now, boo-boo? And she was like, not yet. Not yet, but it could grow, which I'm like, okay. Amaya is seeming to liking Austin as well as Ace. Ace and her conversation like wasn't giving much, but apparently we'll get to it. Apparently it was giving a lot. It was giving more than we were feeling from them. Sierra pulls Nick for a chat, and she's like, oh, like she's being chilled. She's, maybe Huda could take a little number from Sierra about it. she's acting pretty chill about everything, but then she's like, I hope like you can decide sooner than later. And it's one of those things where I'm like, guys, it's been 4 days. What do you mean decide sooner than later? Like, let's just kind of hang out, right? Like, let's just chill. Like, I know that things are getting confusing because Nick is like doing his number game that doesn't make sense because he doesn't really understand math. But like, let's not get confused here, okay? It has only been 4 days. Like, the only really good thing Asa said today on this episode was that it's been 4 days, Huda. Like, let's chill. Let's chill. Oh, and then also the next day, even though, Huda was acting like Ike Turner and literally like she was about to cut him, you know what I mean? Like she was about to cut Amaya and like throw her over the ocean. When they had a conversation with all the girls, and I was like, yeah, Jeremiah ended up telling me that, like, he's just really focused on you and that you guys are locked in. Then all of a sudden, Huda's like, yeah, like, it's really, you know what? I'm so sorry. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't know what, you know what? Like, I was like thinking about it last night and I was like, oh my God, it's just a game. Like, why are you like acting like this? Okay. So now that you know that she's not going after your man, now all of a sudden you want to be like, it's about the sisterhood. It's about the sisterhood. You were literally about to her, okay? You did not care about the sisterhood. You were literally about to tie that girl up. Okay, the sisterhood was not on your mind. Like, at all. Like, could have be so fucking for real. Okay, let's be for real. Then we have Alandria and Taylor, and they end up having a conversation. And I love them because, like, I don't know if you guys noticed last episode, but the way that Taylor was putting on Alandria's bonnet, it was just so sweet. And then even on After Sun, she was talking about how, like, he literally makes her breakfast perfect for her. Like, he, like, really took notes on, like, okay, she likes her bacon crispy. She likes the edges of her pancakes crispy. Like, it's giving it a good man, Savannah. This is a good man, Savannah. That's just really giving that. So I want them to, I want more for them. Like, I want them to really like each other, but it's still giving pretty platonic, but it does feel like they're trying. And even the conversation that they had, I feel like they both understand that right now we're not like about to rip each other's clothes off, but we like each other. And they seem like they just, I don't know, it just seems like they just really understand each other. They respect each other. They're seeing where things go. They both said that they're both kind of like a slow burn. So I would love to see what happens if there is a different person that maybe Taylor's more attracted to or Landry is more attracted to, like if they still will be drawn to each other or if it will go away. A lot of people are being like, oh, this is Serena and Cordell. And the only reason I don't think that is because Cordell was literally, like, people are saying that Serena and Cordell was giving friendship in the beginning. I was like, it was more, people more felt like it was giving friendship from Serena's side. But really, she was just protecting her heart. But Cordell was literally head over heels from the beginning, from the first second he saw her. And I'm not really feeling that from Taylor. It's not giving head over heels from Taylor, So I'm not really getting that vibe. Also, people keep saying that Huda is Leah. No. Don't insult Leah like that. Okay, guys, don't insult Leah like that. It's not giving that at all. It's not giving that at all. And then they get a text. So then they get a text and it's time to couple up. And I'm like really confused by this couple up because I always thought that the bombshells are the ones who go first coupling up, but that's not what they do. They pretty much have the girls line up and they let the guys pick, which I thought was interesting. But I think if they just did that, I think they just did that for the plot, and the plot was thick. So first of all, Charlie picks Hannah. We already knew that because like they were locked in. They're getting really cutesy. They're really liking each other. I mean, good for him. Like he was really struggling the last 3 days. So I'm really glad that there's somebody who's interested in him. Also, did you guys see Ted Laszlo? I feel like Charlie is giving, what is his name? But he's giving that guy that's like kind of like grunty. I feel like he's giving that vibe. So Charlie picks Hannah. Then, who was it? Jeremiah picks Huda, obviously. And like literally he gave this long speech and I was like, wrap it up. Nobody gives a crap. Not I. Does anyone give you crap? I don't see any craps given. Okay. Nobody was interested in anything that they had to say. And then Ace gets up there and he's like, yeah, so there's this girl and I feel like, she's really ambitious, which I'm like, oh, she must be talking about Shelly. And like, we just get like, I don't know. He had this whole speech and he picks Amaya. And I had a feeling he was going to do that, but I was like, what is happening here? Because he keeps talking to Shelly, being like, it's always us. Like, there's always more between us, blah, blah. But then he said this time that he's like, oh, we always have the wrong timing. And you could tell Shelly was like really sad. Because I think she wanted him. She wants him. And I don't know why he's playing games, but also on After Sun, she did say, they're like, who's the biggest player? And she said Ace. And it was giving she's correct. So he picked Amaya, even though he had like a 5-second conversation with her that didn't even seem that interesting. No hate to Amaya, but it just like wasn't giving that much. You like literally are giving puppy eyes to Shelly. But what I'm thinking that the reason he's not picking Shelly is the reason why he keeps getting on Jeremiah and Huda is because he's like, if I pick Shelly, we are locked in for the rest. Like, I'm not going to, like, that's it. Like, she's wifey. So I think he's kind of like, he wants to kind of explore before he chooses Shelly, which I respect kind of, but I also don't respect. You know what I mean? Kind of, but also not kind of. Then Austin picks Shelly, which I'm glad. You know what I mean? Taylor picks Alandria, which I was happy about. And then it's Nick, and Nick decides who he's going to pick. And who does he pick? He ends up making this whole speech about, and then he ends up saying, and you know what, like that last time that we were together in the photo booth really like left a mark on me. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He used that line. And so he picked Sierra. Bella A deserves so much more. Bella deserves so much more. And the fact that she had just opened up to him and then also just made out, I can't stand that man. But she honestly ate with, Nick and her end up talking later. And he's like, there's going to be a guy out there that's going to be able to give you that 100%. And she's like, it's not my loss. I was like, speak on it, queen. Speak on it. Preach, pastor. Preach, pastor. Okay? Literally, I thought I was in Sunday school. Like, yes, yes, yes. And she was like, and she even said, she was like, you know what? It's okay. I should have just taken the hint, which I'm like, I think she should have. But you know what? Hey, it's okay. We all do that. We've all been there before, girly. Don't even get on yourself about that, okay? So that was mainly it. But Huda, of course, some other things. Huda was, of course, crying and making it about her. And then she made all of them go in the photo booth. And I was like, too soon, girly. Too soon. Okay? Nick was trying to make it about him. And it was like, get out of here. But also for the next scene, next week, it's seeming like Sierra is going to end up finding out that Nick and Bella-A were making out, and then she went and made out with him 5 minutes later. So I'm going to see if she really stands on business or not, or if it's just kind of like for show. But that was the episode, guys. What are you guys thinking? Are you tired of Huda and Jeremiah? Because I'm really ready for them to go. How do you think about Ace for him picking Amaya and not Shelly? And what do you think is going to happen with Shelly and Austin? Like, I just feel like I don't want them together, but like there's parts where I'm like, he is sweet to her, but at the same time, he has a lot of racist reposts and stuff. So I'm just like not feeling that. And then what do you think Sierra's going to do with Nick? Do you think she's going to like really call him out, or do you think it's going to be over like in a second? I don't know. But this is Bits of Banter with Antoinette. If you like content like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you press that notification bell at the top so you do not miss any Bits of Banter from me. Because you don't want to miss this Bits of Banter, okay? I love these little chats of ours. Love you, mean it. Bye.